Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the secrets to making 1 million MT in 2K22 My Team. So the first thing we're going to go over is one very easy rule to follow. One rule that you have to follow is do not open packs, okay? Packs are not worth it at all, okay? Their odds are usually really bad. I open like maybe 2 packs every Friday just to see if I can get lucky, and if I don't, then I'll just make back that MT off of sniping anyways. So yeah, if you want to open up like 2 packs every Friday, that's totally cool. Just don't go too over that at all. If you have 0 MT or maybe you have like 10k MT, no matter what, this video is going to help you out so much. First thing I would do if you had 0 MT, I would come in here and play 5 triple threat games just so you can make like maybe 1,000, 2,000 MT pretty easily. The rewards on the left side, they're okay. 3 tokens isn't the worst, I guess. The free agents don't really do much for you. But overall, I would just play 5 games and make a little bit of MT. Have your MT, you can now come in here and work on some filters. Number 1, you could work on the cheapest gold filter. You could even come in here and work on like the 500 or 550 filter, and literally anything that pops up here is a guaranteed snipe. Or you could even work on like a little badge filter. So badge filter, you could easily just go like 400. The best days to snipe on badge filters, by the way, are the days when there's like a daily agenda and it says acquire a badge. This is what the daily agenda looks like for acquiring a badge. And you guys can make a lot of MT off of those 3 filters alone. When you start making even more MT, you can start coming in here and using like cheapest amethyst filter, which will make you really good MT for sure. You could even work on the cheapest diamond filter. There are so many good filters you can work on. And then as you keep making more and more MT, you're going to be able to use even more filters. So when you get past amethyst, start using diamond. When you feel like you have enough MT to where you can start sniping pink diamonds, go snipe pink diamonds. It is very easy. The more MT you get, the easier it becomes to make MT. When you guys get to maybe around 20,000 MT, I want you guys to start working on the Galaxy Opal filter, because this filter is super good. And as you guys can see, it has a lot of dynamic rating players in it, but you can occasionally see just a bunch of like maybe promo opals. It's super. Galaxy Opal filter is very good. All right, so now you guys are going to be able to have 100k MT. So what do you do when you get to 100k MT? Well, it's pretty easy. I want you guys to start working on the dark matter filter. The dark matter filter is very good. It is one of the better filters in this game, but it has one little problem to it. It can be very inconsistent. You can get really good snipes on here that will make you a ton of profit, but these snipes are not popping up like every 20 minutes or something like that. It's very like, maybe you'll be on here for like 2 hours and you may not see anything. You may be on here for an hour and you may see 3 cards show up for snipes. You could even be on here for 6 hours and you may not see anything. The dark matter filter is so good. It's a filter that I personally use, and it is very good for me. It is how I've actually been able to make millions of MT, as you guys can see. But also, I've just been playing this game for a while and sniping so many different cards, like when Galaxy Opals were really good to snipe, that I was just making really good MT. So as time goes on, you're just gonna be making so much MT. Another filter I'd work on when you get to 100k is the coach filter. You wanna set it up to coaches, Galaxy Opal, and then minimum buyout 250. On here, you'll be able to see so many good coaches on here. You'll be able to see Don Nelson. You'll be able to see Lenny Wilkins for sure. And every other coach in here could easily be sniped for sure. Now, Jerry Sloan is the cheapest coach, so you want to make sure you get him for a very cheap price. So as you kind of just set this filter up to Opal, you want to look at Jerry Sloan's price, because he usually drops down in price quite a bit. He's usually around like maybe 83k to like 75-ish k. I actually sniped one today for 30k, so I'll take my profit easily there. Honestly, this coach filter is going to be very underrated for sure. Another thing I like to do is invest into diamond shoe colorways whenever locker codes come out for those cards, because whenever we get locker codes, you'll sometimes get maybe either a diamond shoe boost or a diamond shoe colorway pack, and those really drop down the prices of shoe boost or diamond shoe colorways. But whenever it's diamond shoe colorways, it is always the best time to invest in these. They go down in price so much. They'll go down to maybe even 2k. And as you guys can see, the cheapest diamond shoe colorway is like 3,000 MT, 3k, 3,250 probably. Yeah, it's like 3k. So being able to invest in these when they're below like 2,500, you'll make guaranteed MT alone off of just buying a couple of them. It is so easy to do this. Only thing you literally have to do is just keep on the lookout for locker codes and see if they have colorway packs in there. Like I said, sniping badges is also really good. If there's ever a card that comes out that needs like maybe rim protector or brick wall, which usually a lot of cards right now have been needing brick wall. So if you want to snipe like the cheapest brick wall, you could easily do that. Sniping badges is really not a bad idea. It's not really competitive at all. Like if you see a snipe on here, there is such a high chance that you actually get that snipe. So I would definitely take this as an advantage. Now, once you get up to maybe 400, 500k MT, there's something else that you guys can do with the dark matter filter. Now, for this filter, you're not going to literally set anything for minimum buyout or anything like that. You're literally just going to search up dark matters, and you're going to bid on cards, but you're going to bid snipe them. You want to get cards for super cheap. So you see this Kobe Bryant here, he's selling for around 244k. Okay. You want to get this card for like 200k or cheaper. Let's say I was able to get this card for maybe 180. That would be a bid snipe because he sells for more than that, and I'd be able to make profit off of just bidding off him. Literally snipe cards like that all the time. It doesn't even only have to be dark matters. You can do this with pink diamonds, galaxy opals, diamonds, amethyst, everything. You can do it with all of them. The best times to bid snipe will be late night at Thursday, or even during like whenever 2K is leaking out content on their Twitter. You always want to be bid sniping whenever they're leaking out content, because people are going to be selling their cards like crazy for no reason. Sundays are also a very good day to bid snipe because for some reason, no one's really on Sundays. I don't really know why, but Sunday is always like a weird day for 2K22, and you can get cards for super cheap on there. And if you ever want to bid snipe during any other days of the week, you want to do it really late at night because no one's going to be on, and you'll be able to get cards for super cheap some days, but there may be some days that may not even be worth it, to be honest with you. But if you really want to do it, just do it Thursdays and Sundays to be safe. Heck, you could even do it on Friday if you wanted to. Another thing you can do with the dark matter filter, other than bid sniping and just using it as like this, there will be points in time when we're going to get dark matters that become buy nows, and you're probably wondering what you have to do when that situation comes. I'm going to use this Russell Westbrook as an example because he's actually a card that you shouldn't even be sniping on the dark matter filter, so don't snipe him at all. Russell Westbrook here is going to show up for 100k a bunch of times, and at one point he's going to become a guaranteed buy now, where there's just going to be a ton of him up for buy now. One thing you can do is you can buy the card and enable him on the filter. What you do is you come to dark matter and then see excluded user owner cards. You want to do enabled on that, and when you do that, you will not see him on your filter. So if he shows up for buy now at one point, you will never know because you have him enabled in your collection. Then at one point, we're gonna have so many dark matters that become buy nows that you cannot just do enabled like this and the filter won't work correctly for some reason. I think it's because there's just so many cards up that you're enabling that it just can't handle that, and the filter will not work. Probably wondering what you have to do for that. Well, the one thing you have to do is you have to take out a couple cards, but you have to have one past like the 4-hour mark and then one like before the 4 hour, after the 4-hour mark. So it can be like an hour or something. You have to have one after the 4-hour mark as well. I'll be making a video on the dark matter enabled filter and how you set that up later when we see dark matters become buy nows, but not right now since there's none really out yet. When you get even more MT, you can use the coach filter, and you can literally enable the coach filter like I do. I have it enabled, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you enable it. When you enable the coach filter, you literally buy every single coach in here. I don't buy like this one right here. There's some cards in here that are just so rare that I never see them at all. And I literally just like buy all the coaches here. You have to buy all the coaches in the Eastern Conference. You have to buy all the coaches in the Western Conference. And then you have to buy all the diamonds in the historic coaches. And then if you want to, I just have George Karl enabled. And then Rick Edelman is actually my team's coach, so I just have him in here. But if you don't want him in here, you just have to simply send them to your auctions. Now, to make this filter work, you just simply go to coaches, enabled, and then I usually raise a minimum buyout to like 6K usually. So I'm going to set it to 6K right now. Okay, now we have it at 6K. And you guys are going to see the scroll. There's Larry Brown, Jerry Sloan, Doc Rivers, Mike D'Antoni, Rick Edelman, Phil Jackson. You can see all the coaches on here for snipes. Yes, even Don Nelson and Lenny Wilkens. Now, Lenny Wilkens and Don Nelson are the most expensive Galaxy Opal coaches in the game. If you see one for a snipe, you will make so much profit. Now, if you're wondering how often snipes pop up on here, it's not like every 30 minutes, but usually every 30 minutes, you'll see a coach pop up, even before 30 minutes for sure. The on here really isn't as competitive as you would think it is, but it still is gonna be like a little bit harder to snipe just because Opal coaches have been a little bit more like looked at now, so people use that filter actually a lot to snipe Opal coaches. Now, you guys are probably wondering what you do when you hit 1 million MT. Do you just quit the game or something like that? No, you just keep making more MT. Trust me, once you hit 1 million MT, it becomes even easier to make 2 million MT. Then when you make 2 million MT, it becomes even easier to make 3 million MT, because it's just a repetitive process. And then at one point, you're gonna have so much MT that later on in the game, you'll be able to have the best squad that you could ever ask for. If you guys want even more snipe filters to use to make 1 million MT, click on the video on the screen.